Okay, everybody, so in today's video we're going to be doing the German Kar98k Kriegsmodell, and this was sort of the last-ditch K98 that the Germans made at the end of World War II, and this started in November and December of 1944. They started to implement simplifications to the design because they were rapidly losing land and losing resources from the Allies on the west and on the east. And they basically simplified things so they could keep making the design, and the changes went into full effect by January of 1945, and then they would continue being produced until Germany surrendered in May of 45. And these function just the same as a regular K98K. Still have a stripper clip guide and feed from 5-round stripper clips. And this one is a DOU 45. So, starting off with the simplifications, they removed the stock disc that it would have and replaced it with this hole in the butt plate, because they figured you really don't need the stock disc to disassemble your rifle. If you survive long enough to have your rifle get dirty, you're doing pretty well. And on the barrel bands, they switched to having them retained by screws instead of the regular spring clip. You can also see they're welded, and up here it's retained by screws, and there's no bayonet lug. It'll also be welded on the bottom. It does still have the sights that go from 100 meters up to 2,000, and a lot of the stuff stayed the same with the design, but this was just the last-ditch K98. And this one is a non-matching example, but some at the very end of the war were made non-matching, and this one was imported after the war and has import marks on it, so it's not a bring back or anything special like that. And the soldiers that got these in Volkssturm units in the Battle of Berlin would often only be given 5 rounds of ammo for their rifles, and that was just because they didn't have any more ammo to go around. And the ammo we're going to be shooting for this video are PPU 196 grain soft points of 8mm Mauser, and yeah, these are a pretty cool variation of the K98K that shows just how bad off Germany was at the start of 1945. And yeah, not too much else to say, so let's get into shooting it some. Alright, we're going to start out with 5 rounds, and as you can see, we're doing better than most German soldiers were at the time, because we've got more than 5 rounds. That's all of them. Okay, this is our group with the Kriegsmodell, and it's pretty good. Just a little bit off to the right and a little bit high, but pretty good other than that. Alright, we're going to do another 5 rounds. That's all of them. Okay, here's our next group. We got 4 on the plate and 1 just off. It's a pretty good group. Still a little bit off to the right, but pretty good. Yeah, despite being last stitch, this bolt is still just as smooth as early war K98s. That's all of them. Alright, this is our group. We got a double up on the plate, and then the 3 others just off the plate. Another pretty good group. This is a real accurate rifle, and real nice shooter. Alright, that's going to be it for the video. We had a lot of fun with the Kriegsmodell Kar98, and this is a really cool rifle, and example of one of Germany's last-ditch rifles, and a lot of their Volkssturm and last-ditch rifles are real hard to find in the U.S., but they made a couple 100,000 of these, so you can find these, and these are just a really cool piece of history, and this one happens to be a great shooter. So yeah, if you want to see any more out of our Kriegsmodell K98, let me know in the comments, and we'll catch you in the next one.